if the world changes soon, can get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools. Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me too. What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive, we're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to
Welcome to the Red Pill Sports and Entertainment Show. I am your host, Albert Apache, and as usual, brought to you by Open Source Self-Defense Fitness and Grappling. Okay, guys, time to get into today's show. So, essentially, today I wanted to talk about how John Lynch has basically taken the dream scenario that the Niners had going into this past season and essentially has turned it into a nightmare for the 49ers. You saw the thumbnail for the video, and that's absolutely what has happened. He's allowed his Fomo to make him into a Bozo. So let's take a look at this article really quick and see what John Lynch has to say about releasing Jimmy Garoppolo. So we're taking a look, and we can see in this first paragraph here that essentially they are asking what he thinks about them just releasing, i.e. cutting Jimmy Garoppolo for the 2022 season. And this is his reply. I don't foresee that, Lynch said. He's too good a player, so I don't foresee that. I think Jimmy will be playing for us, or he'll be playing for someone else. He's too good a player not to be. Now, this is absolute facts that Lynch is spitting here. Jimmy Garoppolo is absolutely a starting quarterback in the NFL for somebody. I don't know who he's going to start for, but he will be starting for somebody because his talent says he should. Now, let's look at what happened this past season. This past season, the 49ers had the dream scenario, the best case scenario play out for them. The Niners had, a kind of a tough season, up and down, got strong towards the end, had some success in the playoffs. Jimmy Garoppolo had some injuries, but showed that he was durable and he was tough and that he could play through those injuries and lead his team to postseason victories, as well as really pushing his NFC rivals, almost making it to a second NFC championship game. So Jimmy G did the absolute best thing he could have for the 49ers organization because it wasn't too much success where there would create an issue, within the locker room, trading away Jimmy after they've just won the Super Bowl or were within a touchdown or something like that of winning the Super Bowl. But it wasn't horrible season to where you were getting guys demanding to be traded and things of that nature to where they wanted to jump ship. So Jimmy G gave you the dream scenario. However, Lynch's inaction, his FOMO, his fear of missing out, trying to get more than he can, being greedy about trading Jimmy Garoppolo has cost him all of that value and has turned the dream scenario into a 49ers nightmare. What do I mean by this? Well, essentially, what we have is a situation where you're going into the season, and yes, while Trey Lance will be getting the majorities of the reps early, as Jimmy G recovers from his surgery, it's going to be really hard in competition when Jimmy G knows the offense better. He has better timing and better experience with the offensive weapons that you have on the team. It's going to make it really hard to sell the rest of the veterans that we should go with Trey Lance over Jimmy G. He gives us the best chance to win and the best long-term chance at success. If the Niners go forward, they do not release Jimmy G, and they go forward into the season with Jimmy G and Trey Lance on the roster, they essentially have a quarterback controversy from day one. This is essentially what would have happened if Romo had come back and stayed with the Dallas Cowboys. It would have created a quarterback controversy from day one because the first little slip ups Dak had early on in the season, you would have calls not just from the fans. And this is what people don't understand. Okay. When you have a quarterback who's had some success, who has good chemistry with your offensive weapons that you already have on the field, when you start to struggle offensively or you start to slip up or there's little tiny cracks, what happens is that the offensive players that have that connection with the other quarterback start to be the ones that are demanding that their quarterback comes in and takes over. So this is a horrible scenario and situation to put Trey Lance in. It's a horrible situation for the Niners because if they continue on, this is going to create guys wanting to be traded away, even if they don't keep Jimmy Garoppolo into the next season after that, which presumably they wouldn't. So all in all, I feel like Lynch has backed himself into a corner. He has painted himself into a corner. He should have traded Jimmy G probably mid to late last season. If he couldn't find a trade partner, he should have traded him as soon as possible. Now you have all of these quarterbacks who have moved all over to different teams. People are already starting to get set for who the quarterback is going to be going into training camp. And the Niners are basically in the game of musical chairs. They are left without a partner, without a chair to sit in. Let's not forget that on top of Jimmy G basically being a burden on the salary cap, creating a quarterback controversy, this takes a lot of leverage away from the 49ers. Not only all of that, but you also still have Baker Mayfield in the quarterback mix. Baker Mayfield most likely will also be released. Again, the Browns did a very similar thing. Rather than trading out of Baker early before going after Deshaun or simultaneously, now they have no real leverage to demand anything for Baker. Because all in all, it hurts their team to keep Baker more than it helps the other team. So everybody knows that essentially you got two starting quarterbacks, possible franchise quarterbacks that you can get on the cheap. You are not going to trade away any picks of value, not this season. You're definitely not going to trade any players of value, definitely not this season, unless something catastrophic happens. And essentially, the Niners would be going into the season hoping for a playoff team with a very good quarterback to get a major injury. That's what they would be hoping for. And let's just be honest, a major injury meaning a season-ending injury, at least, that generally does not happen. That doesn't happen, right? The Alex Smith, the Dak Prescott leg break does not happen every season. And most of the time, you also don't want to bring in a guy and pay him that much as a secondary quarterback, right? The salary that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to command in a trade. So, all in all, I think John Lynch has really burned himself. He's made himself look like a clown. You know, unfortunately, John Lynch has looked really, really good as a GM thus far up until here, and this may have been his biggest blunder yet. Trading up to get Trey Lance and creating a quarterback controversy when there really never had to be one. Okay, guys, that's all I got. Thanks a lot for listening. Remember, trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers by 4th of July. Going to get to those 500 subscribers first, and that's when we're going to do the giveaway. So please like, subscribe, comment down below. It really helps out the channel. I appreciate it. And until next time, guys, remember, be practical, be purposeful. Get fit with a purpose, guys.
Getting me to what you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school. We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my weight, it's because I'm a Christian. I hate the internet and anyone who has an opinion. And everybody angry if you say white. Okay, fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird. People are so stupid. Why?